Angela. Speaking of loving, Angela.
I thought it was speaking of psychedelics. Going back to Michael's question of how the 60s affected me, I was 15, 16, 17 years old in the Summers of Love, the original Summer of Love, 67. And I have 5 brothers and no sisters. So picture yourself in the middle of the 60s, 5 brothers, no sisters, a Sicilian father who happens to be the mayor of San Francisco.
Beautiful.
I didn't need any drugs. You know how the 60s affected me? Dad was Sicilian and very strict about me being the only daughter, so I couldn't go out. So every time I had to sneak out to the park to see Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Bob Dylan, and George Harrison sitting playing their guitars on the corner of Haight-Ashbury, I sat on that sidewalk with them. Were all incredible experiences. But one of my 5 brothers would always be around and bust me, right? And I'd go home, and, I got busted, and it was a nightmare. So I was always sneaking out to be part of the 60s. It was not something I was allowed to do. I've been sneaking out ever since, actually. But, on a serious level, this meeting tonight, conference tonight, being here with such incredible authors and thinkers is a real honor to me. I am a very serious person about the crises that affect San Francisco and human life generally when it comes to societal issues like poverty, poor people, homeless people, health care, HIV, everything where people are at a disadvantage and they're not level with everybody else. I seem to be fixated with it. And in my opinion, in a good way, I believe that the 60s gave me a foundation of caring about each other that you just don't see today. You were saying that the 50 and 60-year-olds are from that era and now they're in power. Well, with all due respect, in San Francisco, the mayor's 36. District attorney is 37. The city attorney's 34. The president of the board of supervisors 38. And nobody knew who Benny Bufano was at a mayoral debate.
They missed the 60s.
I couldn't believe it. I'm not kidding. They had vacated one of the projects, and I knew that Benny Bufano had 6 of his statues there, so I called and I asked, where are the Bufanos? And the most stunning answer I got, what apartment did he live in? I drive home from my little law firm, and I'm driving up the street, and everybody in front of me on Washington and Grant Avenue are going around something, right? I get up to it, and that something was a human being with his head sticking out in the street. So half of his body was under a truck, and the rest of him was sticking out in the street. At first, I thought maybe he was repairing his car, or the truck. So when I got to him, it dawned on me that he's not repairing anything. He's knocked out, right? People were jaywalking as they do consistently in Chinatown and stepping over him. I have to tell you, I stopped my car. I could have cared less about anybody behind me. Got out. I looked over him. I turned him over. He was about 45 years old. He was gone. He was out. Nobody in the middle of hundreds of people walking up and down that street, nobody was going to help this human being. You don't come from the 60s and have the experiences of the 60s and experience the love of the 60s, the understanding of compassion of human beings, the understanding you've got to help each other. We're in the same world and we're all equal. just don't come from that era.